Dabbling in the figurized standard realm of Dragon Ball Z characters left me pining over the days of building master-grade Gunpla. Of course, it's still great to make a kit of Goku or Frieza in their various forms from the show, but they're quick, simple builds that would only whet your appetite for something more than on a trip to the adult toy store. Not that kind.
That's much better.
You come across an entirely new realm of kits, the Figurize Amplified series. My first foray into this category, everyone's favorite digital monster, Wargreymon. Let's jump into our review of the Figurize Standard Amplified version of Wargreymon from Digimon Digital Monsters. On a broad scale, Digimon truly lend themselves to becoming model kits. Take the gimmicky muscle build-up system and add a splash of classic Gunpla machinery, and you can create any number of the batshit fever dream ultimate evolutions you find in the Digimon series. If you grew up in the 90s/2000s like I did, you'll have either fond or neutral memories of the Digimon animated series. Sure, it rode the wave of the Pokemon craze of the turn of the century, but the show was able to create an extremely compelling serial for young preteens, something, admittedly, that Pokemon couldn't quite match in its animes. I bring this all up because Wargreymon is the mega digivolution of the main character TK. Anyone who watched the show would instantly recognize Wargreymon and Metal Garurumon. Package them into an amplified model kit and you can create something that could take on any standard master-grade Gunpla. This version of Wargreymon consists of one sticker sheet, with slightly more complicated applications than a Figurize standard, and a whopping 14 runners. This ensures a much higher level of detail that would translate into more impressive articulation, or so you'd think. More on that later. The color variation is higher than a standard Figurize, but there is something to be desired when it comes to the sheen of the plastic on this kit. The yellow of his wings and armor look especially plastic, and it stands in contrast to the oranges, silvers, and reds found all over the rest of the body. Similar to the Hyakushiki MG kit that failed to replicate the golden sheen you'd expect after watching the anime, this amplified Wargreymon would look spectacular with a solid coat of gold metallic paint with a shiny top coat finish. Regardless, the details truly pop on this figure. Everything from the chest armor to the Draymon killer claws to the horned helmet are anime accurate. It's truly one of the most beautiful model kits I've ever personally made. In a neutral pose, without any paint or other fiddling, the thing just looks stunning with all of its details. I can happily report that the ugly plasticky yellow they used on the body armor does a very good job of hiding nub and stress marks on a lot of the suit. This extends to other parts of the body as well, and with limited seam lines visible on the muscular, fleshy parts of the kit, you'll be happy to show this off from most every angle without pulling out the sandpaper. There are, unfortunately, some shortcomings with the kit. Articulation can be a bit troublesome due to the nature of the armor. For example, Wargreymon's shield, which doubles as his wings, can be quite annoying to articulate, whether you're trying to open or close them. The challenge lies in the mechanism by which it locks into place. Pressing in to lock the shield requires a significant amount of strength to pry it back open, which feels dangerous on the flimsy feeling part. Once placed on his back, you also lose a significant amount of movement on his head. The way his hairpiece bumps into the wings will force his head locked into a downward motion, so don't even try to attempt to put him in a flying pose while looking up. On top of that, the feet, while large, are largely motionless. Even on the ball joint of the ankle, his toes have no ability to bend or hinge, which limits your possible poses. Speaking of posing, good luck with that, because even with those massive feet of his, it can sometimes be tricky to balance the kit due to how lopsided he can become. Attach both Draymon killers to one arm, for instance, and you run the risk of him toppling over. But in spite of all that, what's the verdict with this model? It's got exceptionally high detail, especially for the price point. Colors are vibrant, weapon variation is impressive, and articulation is relatively solid. On the other hand, its range of motion is highly limited by its accessories. Body parts lack articulation and balance in many postures, and the choice of yellow armor really detracts from the other, more realistic colors of the kit. Overall, I'd rate this a solid B. At the end of the day though, I am quite happy with this kit. Funny enough, Though I just took a dig at the Hyakushiki Master Grade kit, it's not only one of the most fun kits I've ever built, but it's one of the highlights in my collection. This Wargreymon follows in its footsteps, a visually excellent kit with some shortcomings that you'll not only have fun building, but will certainly stand out in any collection. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you're interested in seeing this kit being built from scratch, I have 2 videos on my channel that do that. One, which is longer form, and the other one, which is a quick build. Once again, thanks a lot for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and or subscribe. If you have any requests on kits to be built, also let me know in the comments. Appreciate you.